Hey, this is Repped Out. So today I'm going to be going over 5 essential movement techniques that I've noticed that newer players or players within my match history are not utilizing to their full advantage. These 5 techniques are going to be counter-strafing, peeking, crouching, walking, and well, we have to include jumping. Hopefully you enjoy. If you do enjoy, please leave a like, subscribe, comment below. This is just to show newer players that the video actually works, and hopefully it can impart some knowledge onto them as well. Thank you. So the first movement technique that I'm going to be going over today is counter-strafing. Before we get into counter-strafing though, everybody's going to have an understanding of what is strafing. So strafing is the movement back and forth using your A and your D keys. But when you're doing this, your accuracy is going to be significantly hindered. You can realize this by my crosshair. You see how every time I'm moving, my crosshair is expanding. This is showing that my shot group is not going to be incredibly accurate. Whereas when I'm standing still, it is. It's right where I want it to be. So how does this transition into counter-strafing? Counter-strafing is your ability to stop immediately and take your shot as accurately as you would be if you were standing still. This is done when you are strafing. So let's just say I'm going to strafe to the left. I'm going to strafe to the left by holding A. Once I want to stop, I let go of my A key and simultaneously press my D key. This will stop my character faster rather than if I just held D. So this is shown through, boom, stopped immediately. It's a very minute difference, but it is a difference that will help you immensely within your growth of a Valorant player. So as you can see here, I'm blooming, I stop immediately. So some things you might run into trouble with, and this is where practice makes perfect, is you might be strafing and you might forget to let go of the opposing key, as you see here, and you start strafing backwards. Or you might not hold, or you might hold your other key. So this is different than counter-strafing. To get the most optimal counter-strafe, you need to let go of your key that you were pressing and simultaneously press the opposing key. The second movement technique that I'm going to be going over is I'm going to be going over peeking. First, I'm going to tell you why peeking is important. So as you can see right here, I'm in the middle of the open. Yes, I'm standing still and my shots are perfectly placed. But this also gives my opponent the ability to kill me because I have no cover. So this is where peeking comes into play. So let's just say my opponent is directly in the middle of the circle as it was before. They might not know that I'm here. So not only will this give me a surprise advantage, but this will also give me the cover that I need if he does return fire. So what you will do is you immediately just move. And you see how I'm peeking the corner, but this still gives me the ability to go back into cover if I do run into a dangerous situation. One of the subcomponents of peeking that I'm going to be going over is the jiggle peek. What is the jiggle peek, you might be asking? So the jiggle peek is your ability to peek a very tight angle, take a shot, and go back into cover. This is the minimum risk that you'll be having while peeking, as you don't give your opponent enough time or predictability to know when and how you are going to peek. This can also be fake by taking fake shots where they think you're going to peek. So you take a fake shot, you're jumping back and forth, but then you peek and then you go back in, going for that headshot itself. I will preface this though, the jiggle peeking in Valorant is not the same as jiggle peeking in Counter-Strike. Why do I say this? So with wall banging enabled in Valorant, people will shoot you through the walls. There's a high chance that somebody will shoot you through a wall. When this happens, your movement speed is decreased significantly, not allowing you to retreat as easily as you would in Counter-Strike. So the place that I feel that jiggle peeking has in Valorant is during long encounters such as this. They're not going to have the ability to spray me as accurate as they would if they were only 5 feet in front of me. The second component of peeking that I want to go over is I want to go over the shoulder peek. So why is the shoulder peek important and what is it? So the shoulder peek is important because when you're playing versus oppers or just snipers in general, they have the ability to just one-shot you and take you out of the game. So if you know that you're going versus an operator, all you have to do is shoulder peek, which just puts a tiny fraction of your body outside of cover, and move back very rapidly. This is to bait them into taking a shot, so once they take their shot, you can peek them back again and, well, hopefully get the kill. Not only is this utilized versus operators, but it's also utilized if somebody's holding a tight angle and you don't know where they are at. You can utilize the shoulder peek in order to figure out what angle they are holding and to check and see if they are wide. The last subcomponent of peeking that I want to go over is I want to go over wide peeking. So wide peeking is not always utilized as it is very dangerous. So as you can see here, when I'm wide peeking, it leaves me vulnerable to pretty much everybody within this area. It's not like a jiggle peek where you can go back into cover. You are committing to this push. So this is usually utilized whenever you flash out and then you go for the wide peek. As many people, whenever they're flashbanged or they're just scared of not knowing where somebody is, they're going to be holding this very close angle right here. And then when you push out, you're going to be all the way over here, which will allow them to miss all of their shots on you. A subcomponent of the wide peek that I kind of wanted to talk about, it's a little controversial right now, and I haven't done enough research really to stamp it and say, yep, this is good. But I feel like it might be worth trying to do some running, walking peeks. Because as you can see here, the first couple of bullets on your peek are not immensely inaccurate. Yeah, they're not as accurate as if you're just standing still, but if you've ever noticed people just running by and headshotting you, it just doesn't seem like it might not be worth trying. If you do try this, please comment in below, or just send me a message and tell me how you think it actually works. I think it might be worth it. The third movement technique that I'm going to be going over is I'm going to be going over crouching. So in a lot of FPSs, crouching has been utilized to increase your weapon's accuracy. Valorant is no different. When you are crouching, your accuracy is increased. But there's a trade-off to this. The trade-off to this is, well, you're less mobile, which means if you're crouching, you're almost committing to the fight. Whereas you can uncrouch and run back, it's still very dangerous. So where I really believe that crouching has a point in this game is when you're trying to trick your opponents that are usually going straight for headshots. As they're going straight for headshots, when you crouch up, down, they're not going to have that essential easy target as if you were just standing straight up. Fourth technique that I want to go over is I want to go over walking. So why is walking important, and what really is walking? So first we'll go what is walking. So walking is when you press your shift key and then you move slower and you move more quiet, as you can see right now. Whereas running, you run faster, but you make a lot more noise. So why should we walk? We should walk because it makes us quieter. As everybody knows, sound is very important in this game, and pretty much in any FPS. Sound gives away not only where you are, but where your teammates could potentially be. That's going to go into my next point about walking. For all of you new players or players who just don't like walking, if you see teammates walking, or if you're approaching, A bomb site, B bomb site, C bomb site, whatever, you should probably get in the habit of walking. I would say a good 75% of my game is walking. And that allows my enemies to not know where I'm at, and it also allows me to stay hidden from them. The last movement technique that I'm going to be going over is jumping. Although jumping is important to get on top of devices, get on top of objects, and so forth, to jump on top of something, from what I've tested so far, is that jumping really isn't that impressive as far as b-hopping, how it used to be, where you could b-hop and you could actually gain speed and momentum. But unfortunately, within Valorant, it just does not seem that jumping is as important as it used to be. So hey, if you were never good at b-hopping, this is your game. Hey guys, so that concludes the video on the movement techniques. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got some use out of the actual video itself. If you have any questions, concerns, comments, things I can do better, please just leave it down in the comments. Thank you for coming. Well, I hope I see you back again. Thank you.